This is the change in law that PC Andrew Harper's widow has managed to win, Rona.
Yes, PC Andrew Harper's widow wins justice for police and 999 workers killed in line of duty. And it's the Harper's Law is the name of it. The widow of PC Andrew Harper has won her fight for all killers of police and other 999 staff to be given automatic life sentences. I'm sure we all remember this terrible case of this, seemed to be just a really lovely guy, newly married to his childhood sweetheart, and he was dragged along and killed in the most horrific way when approaching people who'd stolen, I think, a quad bike. His killers were cleared of murder, but they were jailed for between 13 and 16 years for manslaughter. And, of course, they can be freed after serving half of that. So this new legislation means that they'd be sentenced to a far longer minimum time behind bars. So, well, what can we say about this story? It's terrible. It was absolutely horrific. And I think it must give, well, not closure, but it must give Lissy Harper, his widow, a sense of some kind of
worth something.
Achievement, because she's fought very hard for this. It was heartbreaking seeing her speaking about this. But I'm not quite sure how I feel about this statement. Those who seek to harm our emergency service workers represent the very worst of humanity, and it is right that future killers be stripped of the freedom to walk our streets with a life sentence. I mean, yes, it seems absolutely psychotic and crazy. Why would anyone kill anyone? But why would anyone kill emergency workers? But I'm not sure about this as a blanket kind of law in general, especially in the wake of, I mean, there are some other examples of very worst of humanity.
If I've read the article correctly, the stance is that you get a longer sentence
for
killing an emergency service person,
automatic,
whether murder or manslaughter,
if
you were committing a crime at the time of doing it, than you would if you killed an ordinary person, a non-emergency worker.
Yes.
So in a way, they're elevated to a...
That's right, a
higher status.
Yes. She suffered...
Is that what you're saying you not feel comfortable about? Or...
Yes, especially, I mean, you could argue that a policeman who shows his ID to a woman walking along the street at night and takes her away and rapes her and kills her is the very worst of humanity. So... or a policeman who chokes a man who can't breathe to death.
Yeah, so you could reverse it and say emergency service workers who commit crimes, murder or manslaughter.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure if it should be an automatic sentence just because it's emergency workers. But I can see why this person who has been robbed of her beautiful partner in life has sought this law to be changed, you know?
It's the manslaughter part is the bit that I'm a little bit wary of. There's the difference between actually going out and consciously murdering somebody and manslaughter, which usually suggests, and not in this particular case, and I do believe they deserve longer in jail, what happened to him, but manslaughter is quite a broad remit of unintentional death. And to bring that in, and if someone, someone is drunk driving, that's technically a crime. Someone runs over somebody when they're drunk. I don't know. I'm not saying that I planning on drinking and driving or anything, but I just think that there are definite still grey areas at the edge of this that make me a little bit wary.